Got fired today. Showed up to work and my keycard didn't work at the door. I tried calling my friends at work and they kept hanging up. Apparently they were told to ignore any calls or texts from me and to not acknowledge my presence at the building. I only know this BC the nicest person I worked with slipped me that info and said how sorry they were. This place made me miserable and I've wanted to quit since I started. They had a high turnaround rate but I needed the money so I ignored the red flag. In case you're wondering, they have highly unrealistic expectations and lied about what they were going to pay me. I feel no remorse and it's probably for the best. PS. I later emailed about why I wasn't notified and they said, "Oh, sorry about that. But your services are no longer needed." Edit. Since so many are asking, I'll just say it's a gun manufacturer in Wisconsin. I have no association with guns or the gun community, it was just a paycheck. BC I was desperate. This company is full of racists and homophobes and people way too comfortable with sexual harassment. This is the usual Department of Labor bit. File for unemployment. Make a claim for the day for showing up in good faith. As some states have a minimum number of hours they're required to pay you for before they can send you home. Assuming U.S. Make sure to leave a Glassdoor review. This seems to be an increasing trend with employers. Not sure what this is about, but it's happening at my wife's work a lot. And they're not even telling folks at the company. People are just like, "Wait, is so-and-so still on PTO? Where are they?" Quote, "Company says nothing." Wow, you could probably name the toxic workplace, you know. File for unemployment. If they fight it, they were stupid enough to acknowledge in writing that they fired you without notifying you. If you're applicable for severance, look into that. Yet you'd be expected to give at least a 2-week notice and would be called unprofessional if you didn't. Unemployment it is. For me, the biggest issue here is the fact they didn't just tell you. You just were locked out when you showed up for work the next day. If you're gonna be fired, it really ought to be in very clear and obvious terms that you no longer work somewhere. Dull complaint for lost wages for being underpaid relative to what you were promised. Not being paid for the day you came to work. No notice of termination. Coworkers are not your friend. I learned the hard way that coworkers are not friends. Why not name them? Been fired once. It was a one-sentence email. A few years ago over Thanksgiving when the office was closed. No real reason. It'll become more and more clear it's for the best as time passes. But boy, I found it hard to let go of the anger and injustice of it all. Such is life in the US. Something similar happened to me once. Was contracting. Took off Friday. Came back Monday to my keycard not working. Asked the person I used to report to if I still worked here. No idea. Saw that the regular employee I was covering for was back from paternity leave. After a couple of hours, the guy who I was reporting to currently, really the first conversation I had with the guy, saying my services were no longer needed. Situation kind of messed with me a bit. Of course, billed them for those hours. Take those emails and file for unemployment. You weren't given any performance review or formal notice. You showed up to work and were literally locked out of the building, and your efforts to solve the problem were ignored and dismissed. Even in an at-will employment state, this is incredibly unethical. Send them an email stating that you have lost access to the building and are unable to work. You are still employed until they say you are not and can claim wages against that. If you go into the office for a shift in California, The business is required to pay you for 4 hours even if it sends you home early. Happened once when a sewage pipe burst, but it should be appropriate for your situation if the state is California. Hope it is. Wait, what? Are you saying your job ghosted you? Wow, just when you think your work is the most unprofessional workplace. And they continue to wonder why people are not respecting employers. Are you in a right-to-work state? I'm so sorry, op. Honestly, that's traumatic to experience when your management and coworkers are giving you the cold shoulder and intentionally withholding information from you. Give 'em hell. Edit. I meant at will, not right to work. Sorry.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.